barren wasteland covered with jagged rocks and multiple fissures that were splitting open the grounds. As the event continued, the Dark Presence tanked everything and tossed everyone around like it was nothing. Funny little Easter egg that could be seen during this moment is when Miku and Godzilla worked together to blast the Dark Presence. Then we saw Kong climb on top of the Dark Presence and started slamming its head, which is super funny, but once the Dark Presence threw Kong off of its power of the Zero Shard to obliterate the Imperial Star Destroyer that was firing at him, and then moments later, Hope and Jones continued leading older forces against the Dark Presence, ordering them to press the attack against the creature, but even when giving their all, they were no match for it. The Dark Presence knocked out the Mecha Team leader and grabbed Godzilla and Kong in a chokehold, which left Jones with no choice but to pull a dangerous move as a last resort of potentially defeating the Dark Presence. Using his portal device, Jones opened a large rift that brought in the Red Cube. The Dark Presence roared at the cube and then smiled as he fired upon it using the Zero Shard. However, instead of the cube being hurt from the attack, it ended up absorbing the 0-point energy and immediately fired back upon the Dark Presence. It was working until the creature realized it could divert the cube's energy away from itself by using Kong as a meat shield. You can see the moment the Dark Presence realizes he's still holding on to Kong, and it's just so funny because he's like, oh, I could just use you as a meat shield. And as he used Kong to protect himself, you could also see him smiling. It's safe to say the Dark Presence was the most irritated with Kong out of everyone else. Despite that, once again, even with everyone giving it their all, and on top of the cube even firing upon the Dark Presence tanked everything, sprinted towards the cube and punted it straight at the Dark Presence. The cube's overwhelming power consumed the Dark Presence and obliterated both the creature and itself right before our eyes. Though the moment people saw this, they were wondering if the red cube that appeared in this event, the bunker, was teasing OG's involvement in the event, which we saw with the red cube. The reason he probably didn't question its color is because he didn't care as long as the cube took care of the Dark Presence, which it did with the help of the Mecha Team leader. By the time the cube arrived in Reality 7/8, so it being pulled out of that dimension doesn't really matter. It also turns out that the Dark Presence was an error check protocol. That being said, with the Dark Presence dead and the red cube destroyed, both of their protocols were decommissioned